Hi, Paul Slack. It's Good News Broadcast. I'm speaking to Dr. Eric Bernstein. Hi, Doctor. How are you?
I'm doing great.
MD, a distinguished practitioner. No, okay. Researcher and innovator. Wow, you're doing a lot of things. Fields of dermatology and laser surgery. Actually, you have a website called dermguide.com, right?
You got it.
It's all good. And the latest advances in cosmetic dermatology, says here, in March 2009, more than 10,000 dermatologists were gathered at an annual meeting. Oh, my God. Where is that? Is
I
it
got to
happening
invite
now?
you to come. It's going to happen in the beginning of March. It's in San Francisco.
Oh.
And it's a good time. You got science. You got a good crew. It's all the makings of a party.
Is everybody looking at everybody's faces and bodies?
Nah, we're just hanging out together, doing good science, and having fun at the same time.
Okay, all right. That seems to make good sense. Now, there's things that I don't know about in regard to cosmetic dermatology that I would like to learn about. First of all, let's start with laser hair removal. What does that mean?
Well, you know, the biggest innovation in my field has really been surrounding lasers. And the #1 laser procedure worldwide is laser hair removal. So what that means is you can take a laser and treat the skin and basically remove the hair. And one of the biggest innovations within laser hair removal, and you're going to see it across the board, not just in hair removal, is bringing professional quality devices into the home. So there's a new laser that is FDA approved for home laser hair removal called the Tria, and you can actually do laser hair removal treatments in the home.
Really? So I have a website here. It says triabeauty.com, okay?
Right.
And then meet the Tria Beauty co-founders. Are you one of them?
I wish I were. I'm not smart enough. The guy that really designed this laser also designed and built the first laser that I bought probably 10 years ago for laser hair removal, a guy named Bob Grove, and the man's a genius. And it took the intervening 10 years to develop technology to make these professional strength lasers safe to use in the home. It's about half the energy of the laser that I use in my office. And the way this thing works is, the way all the hair removal lasers work, is they target the melanin pigment in the hair and they create an inflammatory response, and then your body signals that hair follicle to go to sleep and the hair falls out. So for example, if you're using the Tria at home, you do 2 treatments a month for 3 months, then once a month thereafter, and you're hair free. And I didn't realize what a big deal this home treatment stuff was till I brought the Tria into my house, because you know, my wife's a doctor, and she could come in my office and get treated whenever she wants, obviously. But she never did because she's too busy. She rarely comes in.
You charge her too much also. Let's be realistic.
That's it. Well, you know, I got to, listen, I got to survive. But the reality is, that's exactly right. She could come for free. She still doesn't come. But when I brought this Tria laser home, and I brought her home for myself really to look at and to learn about, it disappeared. Next thing I know, she's got no hair. My daughter's got no hair. And, you know, it was very obvious to me that the coming trend is going to be a lot of these devices are going to move into the home. Oh. But so far, you know, from my perspective, the only one that really works for home use so far is the Tria for hair removal, but there will be others. You know, for in the office, you know, what do you do with lasers? Well,
yes, that's what I want to know. What hair are we talking about?
Well, for hair removal, we're talking about bikini underarm, men's back hair, you know, women's legs, the whole 9. But, you know, in addition to hair removal, we do rejuvenation, for example. You know, one of the big things people ask me about are wrinkles. What do you do with the sun damage and wrinkles? And, you know, a lot of what I do after hair removal, which is #1, is facial rejuvenation. Guy like me, I'm light-skinned. I got facial redness.
You look like you're about 7 years old.
I love you. You know, I knew I liked you the second I got on this conversation. I'm moving in. But the reality is, you know, I had a lot of facial redness. And bottom line, there's a new laser called the Perfecta V-beam. And basically, in the old days, you want to get rid of facial veins, you could get rid of them pretty easily, but you're purple like an eggplant for 7 to 10 days. You can't go out. Now, I can take away those same veins, remove generalized facial redness, give some pore tightening and, you know, pore reduction and skin tightening with a laser that doesn't give you any downtime, you know, no bruising. So there's a lot of innovations. The other innovation in, you know, wrinkle reduction, these, I don't know if you've heard the term fractionated lasers or Fraxel laser, but basically these are lasers that make microscopic holes in the skin to stimulate healing, but without making a wound. And there's a bunch of them. There's the Fraxel, the Affirm, the Pearl Fractional, as well as the Active FX CO2 Fractional. There's a bunch of these fractionated lasers that have low downtime but stimulate facial rejuvenation.
Let me ask a quick question, because I just hope this is true. I can't remember. These guys have cameras on you, right?
What do you mean by that?
Are they shooting you with the cameras?
Yes, they are. We have cameras. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing this stuff, because I think I asked them up front, but I just want to make sure. So let me ask a question or two now, okay?
Sure.
Because I'm a little, and then you have cellulite busters. Okay, so hair. I'm gonna go right back to laser hair, because say I am that one that's never done this. Okay, and don't. I mean, I can understand that there's no hair now on my back or my. I mean, you can't use it for shaving, can you? I mean, don't have to shave anymore.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to, you could get. This laser's FDA approved from the neck down, but if you came in my office and said you didn't want to shave anymore, we could remove your hair. But I think for the face of many men, it won't look natural, if you don't have those follicles. On women's legs, on bikinis, underarms, not only does the hair go away, but the follicle shrinks. The skin takes on this really smooth appearance. I mean, it's great.
Okay, so let's go to the legs on a woman who, they cut themselves, they hurt themselves. It's a big chore, and so is laser hair removal? Does it do it for, like, you do it once and it's good for a month or a week?
You know how it works? Well, the way the home laser works is you do 2 treatments a month for 3 months and then monthly thereafter till there's no hair. My wife has not shaved her hair or used a laser in 6 months, and she's got no hair. So you get very long-term hair reduction. Okay. There's a guy at the company who did one of the inventors did a square patch on his leg. That thing's been bald for 3 years. There's no hair there. It looks ridiculous because he's got hair all around it. But it really does work. You shave the hair first so that there's no hair on the surface, and then you just use the laser, be it a professional laser in the office or the Tria home laser, and it just makes a little beep, and you go along the skin and takes away the hair.
All right, let me ask you another important question. Okay, this man, Dr. Bernstein, who's on the phone here, has names like this: Duke University, Yale University School of Medicine, MD, okay? I see Annenberg School here, Wharton School of Biology and Medicine. You have a lot of credentials, a lot of... Tell me the science here. Now, we were created with hair. Now we're taking hair away from our legs. Let's just use them as an example, okay? Sure. Is this a problem for us humanly?
It's not a problem. The key, and actually that is a very, very astute question. One of the things that I was concerned about, you don't want to get rid of the follicle itself, because, and that is a more insightful question. I don't know if you're a man of science, but then... I
am a man of science. I did the brain series.
That's an extremely insightful question, because you maintain the follicle. The hair comes out, and you get a tiny little vellus hair. Why do we need our follicles? If you get a burn or an injury, the skin repopulates itself from the follicles. If you lose your pigmentation, the pigment cells come back from the follicles. So the reality is, it is fine. We get rid of the hair because we don't really need the hair to stay warm, like an animal, a monkey or something like that needs hair to keep warm. We wear clothing. And we don't like the appearance of the hair, but you keep the follicle. So that is an extremely good question.
It's awful cold here today.
You know what? I got news for you. I was here last night. I went to the Duke St. John's game, being a Duke graduate. And
there you go.
Walking home from the game, it is extremely cold. It blew my hair 20 feet in the air. My hat, right off my head.
So you're saying that you have said that health-wise, body-wise, that as an MD doctor, you don't feel any problem here. And it's not going to affect, we always got to think about tomorrow, not today in health, right?
Absolutely.
So you're saying tomorrow, there's no problem. You're taking off the hair today, but there's not going to be some reason 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line. It's not going to say that you caused any, there's no studies. It's been around for some time, right?
Yes, and in fact, we've had lasers available since the mid-'80s to treat, for example, Port Weinstein birthmarks on young kids.
Right.
Laser hair removal's been around probably 12, 14 years. And, when you look at the electromagnetic spectrum, you want to get scientific, you talk about ultraviolet light.
Yes, I do.
We know that's bad for you because the shorter the wavelength, the higher the energy. And, ultraviolet light is high energy and it's dangerous, hurts our DNA. Very, very long infrared wavelengths, you can get some heating, but in the visible and near visible range, which is what we're talking about, to the best of my knowledge, not only is it not bad for you, but it may even be good for you. I got to tell you, I am thrilled to be talking to you today. I would love to be back sometime.
So make this part one, because I want to ask more about cellulite and wrinkles. So have your people call me. We're going to do another part on this.
I would love to do. We could talk about topicals like Renova and alpha hydroxys, all that stuff.
Done deal. Okay.
You got it.
All right. Thanks, doctor.
Listen, thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure.
Mine as well. Bye-bye.